it's Becky and today we're talking through my September TBR. So this month is autumn. It's still really warm like today in England, but I'm hoping to get fully cozy fantasy by the end of the month. So I've picked 5 fantasy books which I'm hoping will get me into the mood for like blankets, hot chocolate weather, and yeah, let's go through them. First up we have Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands. Anyone who's heard me talk about Encyclopedia of Fairies knows that I just loved the first book. So I had to pick this up as soon as I got it. I got it on pre-order and I'm just really excited to read through what Emily Wilde does next. Heather Fawcett's writing was beautiful. I loved the fae in the first book and I loved the kind of fairy tale-esque vibes the entire writing kind of gave off. And yeah, I'm just really excited to jump back in and find out about the other lands because there's even more fairies in this one, and I'm excited to see where Emily goes, as well as meet characters that we loved in the first book like Bumblebee as well. The next book is Wake of Vultures by Lila Bowen, and I actually have the entire trilogy of these books and I have not read them yet despite them being so small, so I'm finally getting around to it. I'm really excited to read it. I've been told it's kind of supernatural fantasy meets Wild West, and that just is so interesting. Like, I don't think I could tell you any other book that has that vibe, so we'll see what happens. But the main character's apparently amazing and the story is really intriguing, and that's all I really know because I'm trying to not spoil it for myself, but apparently it's really fun. Then we have a book that I know I'm gonna love because it's Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I've already read the first 2 books in the Mistborn trilogy, which is The Final Empire and The Well of Ascension. This is the final book in this trilogy, although not in this world, and I'm excited to read it. I took ages reading the first book, The Final Empire. It's got a lot of worlding, it's a lot of setup. The second book was much faster, and I'm hoping the third book's gonna really pull it all off and we're gonna find out loads of mysteries and cover what's happened and like find out more about our characters. There's characters all the way from the first book that you just immediately love. There's so much depth to the characters, so much depth to the world. And if you haven't read Mistborn before, the biggest thing is definitely the magic system. It's really unique, it's really fleshed out, and it's really like strict. So it's not like, oh well, magic happens. There's like physics and stuff that goes on, and it's just a really interesting take on the magic fantasy system, and I'm excited to finish the Mistborn trilogy. Then we have The Isle of the Gods by Amy Kaufman. I will be honest, I don't actually know what this book is about. I saw the cover and I was like, yeah, gods, that cover, I think that's going to be it. Amy Kaufman is an amazing author. She's written so many other books previously, but this is my first book by her. So yeah, I'm quite excited. The book itself is about a main character who's left by her father, and then she gets into a run-in with a prince, and then chaos ensues as she has to help him, even though she doesn't want to, and I'm assuming they end up getting along in the end. I don't know. But that's a very brief summary, but I'm trying not to read any reviews or anything so that I can go in a little bit without any expectations, because I have been told it's really good. And then similar to the last one, The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I don't know what this book is about either. I have been a big fan of Adrienne Young for a while now. I've read through Fable and Namesake a few years ago, and then I read The Last Legacy not that long ago, and I've just been picking up all of Adrienne Young's book. I think I've got Saint behind me, and also it'll stay on the front of the book. I have another one by her as well. I also have Spells for Forgetting. I bought this one and Spells for Forgetting at the same time, and I'm reading this one first, and I'm very excited to find out what June Farrow does. What I do know is there's a kind of family curse on June Farrow's family, and they kind of have to go and figure out what that means and how to break it. And it's just a bit more of a, this is another kind of smaller fantasy book in the selection. I've tried a lot of my hardback books which I've got in my backlog, which I probably pre-ordered, and then I've also got some smaller books as well because the Hero of Ages is probably going to take up most of my month, as Brandon Sanderson normally does. So yeah, that's why I picked this one first. So yeah, that was a really quick roundup because my camera's gonna die soon, and I hope you enjoyed seeing which books I'm going to read this month. Let me know if you're reading any specific books in autumn to get you into that autumn feeling, and if you have read any of the books I've read, please let me know what you thought of them, without spoilers of course. I really want to know what you think of them too. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.